Everything is good until it's not, and everything works until it doesn't. This is No Singular Solutions. Welcome to the No Singular Solutions podcast. My name is Joshua Hoyt, and I believe that no matter what you've been through, you can still achieve greatness and help others along the way. I've created this podcast to help you with your self-awareness and self-discovery, and to talk about how you can be authentically impactful. This episode is about confidence. My guest today is someone who had a significant impact on me the moment we met. Joining me today is Tracy Feran. Welcome.
Hello. Thank you.
Thank you for joining me. I appreciate it.
Yeah. Thank you for asking. I feel honored.
My first guest, no expectations. The bar is high, all the things, right?
Yep. Good.
This is awesome. Why don't you take just a quick second and tell us a little bit about yourself?
Okay. I'm 5'6". No, totally kidding. Okay. So about myself, I am a mother, a wife, a daughter, a sister. I'm all of the above.
I love it.
My career is really a way of life. I buy and sell real estate for my clients. And I feel like I would say I create experiences, like they are they're a huge variety of people that it's going to affect their life forever. And so I really take it to heart, and I really make it to try to make it an experience and a way, like my way of life is just helping them out. I feel like it's ingrained in me to help people. And this is like the best.
I love that. And I personally, I believe that that's one of the main reasons when we connected. When we first met, we were working in the automotive industry, which turned out to be just short of a 20-year career for you.
Yes.
But then you pivoted. You made a huge transition from automotive into real estate.
Yep.
And I remember the first time that we met, we actually talked over the phone, but it was your confidence. It was your authenticity. It was how genuine you were. It was, I knew that the person on the other end of the phone genuinely cared about what it is that I needed and how to help me.
Yeah.
And that was so impactful for me. And I know that's been the basis of our friendship, is we share that commonality.
Yeah.
And so when I was going through my episodes and thinking about what content and how to do this, when I came up with confidence, you were the first person that came to mind.
That's awesome.
That's why you're here.
That's fantastic. I love it.
So your confidence to me, it's very infectious. Where does that come from?
Good question. When you said that word to me, I thought, gosh, what does confidence mean? And how do I explain how I have that? And I guess what I literally think and feel is that I know in my own heart and soul that I will do good. I will do the things that I need to do. I mean, and it's not so much of a cockiness or a mentality. It's just the way that I feel. Like I can count on myself to do anything I need to. I mean, I really just feel like I will get the job done. Hard, easy, fast, fun, whatever it is. I believe in myself.
And you see that.
Yeah.
And I think I know everyone who has been around you, friends, family, coworkers, they feel that.
Yeah.
That's why the word that I used was infectious.
Yep.
But confidence, that confidence is up here, right? It's in the head, it's between the ears.
Absolutely.
But putting it into action is something completely different.
Yeah.
And you do that incredibly well. Like, is it do you have to think about it, or do you just, it's just how you live?
It is. No, yeah, it is. And I also feel like I don't have to think about it. And I just do things knowing, and it makes me feel good. And I also, I always tell people, like, when I'm helping or doing, it's like I feel selfish because it makes me feel so good. Like I do things for people that I love to do, but I also am like, gosh, that made me feel amazing.
Is that not the most rewarding feeling?
It is. It's just incredible.
The impact to other people.
Yes, absolutely.
So tell me about how confidence plays into your mental health. Don't just use the good side of it.
Yeah.
Like I want to hear the times when you have self-doubt.
Yeah.
Tell me a little bit about how that plays into your mental health.
Yeah. Good question. So I think, let's say if we were on the downside of things and I had a project I had to do or an action or something I need to do that I was just really not looking forward to it. I'll do that first because it's like I need to get through the hard things to enjoy the good things. Like I can't enjoy doing good things or transactions or whatever situations, knowing in the back of my head if there's something I need to do that wasn't as fun. So right away up front, I will do the hard things, the challenging things, have those conversations because getting that out of the way and then the ease of the rest of the transaction or the conversation or the actions is so much more rewarding without anything holding against me.
I love how you say that too, because one of the military terms that we always use was embrace the suck.
Yeah.
And you hear people talk about, knock out the 5 things that you don't want to do right away in the morning because you'll sit there and you'll linger on them. Mm-hmm. Right. And my personal belief is when you can do that, when you can knock through the crap, it gives you confidence to put that much more into the things that you really want to do. Right.
Because you can make it through it. You can do it. The hard conversations or the hard things you need to do. Once you get through those, it's like, oh, that was easy.
Mm-hmm, right.
The rest of it just comes naturally.
Yep. All right. So now that these, the premise for my podcast is to be uncomfortable.
Yeah.
Okay. So I want to go into something that I think for a lot of society is an uncomfortable conversation.
Okay.
When you introduced yourself as a wife.
Yeah.
You are a woman married to another woman.
I am.
Okay. Now, I don't know much about the story and, coming into prior relationships. You can talk about as much as you want to. But the question specifically that I wanted to get into on this was, I have to believe that at some point in your life when that became public, when it became more widely known amongst friends, family, peers, coworkers, that conversation was uncomfortable for others, probably not for you. And I think about the amount of confidence that it takes in society to do something and believe in something that it's not the majority.
Yeah.
And so I am intrigued to learn more because I know both of you very well.
Yes.
Right.
Yes.
And my listeners might not.
Yeah.
So I really, I want to understand more. Tell me, because confidence had to have played a big part of that.
Yeah. Oh, absolutely. Wholeheartedly. So I am, let's talk a little bit about my history, I guess. So I obviously, have in my past, with relationships, been in different relationships. I've been married and divorced. I've had 2 amazing kids. So my life or my personal life, my marriage life has changed in the past 30 years, ups and downs and so forth. But the transition or the evolution into being an openly gay person was kind of a little bit of a challenge, obviously, but it was a lot easier for me in this day and age than it was for, let's say, somebody 20, 30, 40 years ago.
Absolutely.
So I was encouraged by this genre of people and life because it wasn't the stigma of something was wrong or it's different or anything like that. So I'm very lucky to be in this kind of a day and age. If it was 30, 40, 50 years ago, even 60 years ago, I would have never been able to live my life like this. I never really feel like that. So the society today is so welcoming and so thankful. And I'm very, very thankful. I met my wife a very long time ago, but I was coaching softball. So I was not, I didn't dress in rainbow colors and I didn't wave my rainbow flag in my front yard. I very much respected my players' parents, their families and everything. And none of them knew my personal life, which I just kind of kept that separately. Once things moved a little farther forward with my wife, all of a sudden people were turning their heads and thinking, wait a minute, what? How come they're always together and smiling and happy and having fun? So I didn't have a coming out day. Right. I didn't come on social media. I didn't write a letter. I didn't do anything to quote unquote come out. It was just a natural evolution of my life and our relationship. It was well received from everybody. It was incredible to think my friends and my family were just like, yeah, okay.
Was it better received than you anticipated? You had this idea in your head, I'm sure, of there's going to be friends, family, there's going to be some alienation or some awkwardness.
Yeah, we're going to quit. we're going to take our daughter out of softball. We don't want the gay coach. Yeah, absolutely. Because you've heard of that in the past.
Yeah.
You've heard of that stigma and that awful, awful history of it. And I just was, in the back of my mind, I thought about it, but the relationships that I had with people, I don't think they either, they were not oblivious to it, but they were just like, oh, okay. Yeah. Okay.
There's a little bit of, and I always use the word naive because it's not necessarily about the topic. It's just experience.
Yeah.
So whether it's your preferences, it's your career, your likes, whatever it is, people that don't know or don't understand, they come up with this thing in their head, right?
Yes.
In
Yes.
a previous episode, I had quoted Kevin Foster, who we both worked with.
He's fantastic.
He said, in the absence of information, people make things up in their head and it screws them in the ground because it's never good.
Absolutely.
And that's both sides.
Yes.
That's people looking in,
True.
but
Absolutely.
that's us. And I really, I love your answer, and I love how you articulated that, because that's what I believed and assumed.
Yeah.
But again, having never walked through shoes in that type of scenario, I really wanted to understand how confidence played into that, because I have to believe that when, like we had stated, you had an idea in your head of how things were going to go or what maybe people were going to say. And then you had this period of time where people found out, or there was certainty towards it. And then all of a sudden it was like, whoa, this is way better received than I thought. I have to believe that not only does that give you confidence, but how that helps others in similar situations to say, specific to this, it's not going to be as bad as I think, no matter what the one or the two said. And it empowers them and gives them the confidence to just want to stretch and do more.
Absolutely.
So
it really, I really saw that in a lot of friends and family, once they kind of realized, and they would say, oh yeah, my aunt and her wife would do this or this. And it's like, great, like that's awesome. So a lot of people wanted to relate to me as well. I had, coaches and even players that would make a comment about random conversations, would say, oh yeah, me and my girlfriend. And and I'd be like, oh, that's awesome. Good for you. And they were just like, wow. Like, it's like they almost were coming out to me,
right.
And then looking, how am I going to react to it? So it's like, it was incredible to just feel the love. I mean, literally feel the love from people that were like so accepting and so willing to just be like, yeah, it is what it is.
You remember when I said it was infectious?
Yeah.
There you go.
Yeah.
Right?
Yeah.
It's the ripple that we don't even realize that we have.
True.
The things that we don't see that come back or are full circle, or, the things that, not just us, people in general, when you display confidence and when you show up, there's this inspiration that people get out of it, right? And it makes them want to aspire for more.
Yeah.
And sometimes it's a deeply personal issue. Sometimes it's a conflict. It's always something different.
Yeah.
But no matter what it is, that situation has a ripple. And then they now in turn affect someone else and someone else and someone else.
Yeah.
That's the legacy, right?
Yeah.
And that's what we're all trying to do, is just make the world a better place.
Oh, absolutely. Yeah. And if I have, if I'm an outlet for somebody, if it's a 16-year-old softball player or a 65-year-old retiree to come out to me and say, reference their girlfriend or their significant other or something for the first time ever, gosh, that's amazing. That makes me feel so good. It's like, if they, have, a relationship or a mindset with me that they can do that and they feel comfortable and safe and secure. Oh,
I love
thank
that.
gosh.
That's for me, that's how I look at mental health, right? That's my thing that I know that we all have. We all do, mental health is not a negative term. It's like physical health. There's a positive side. There's a negative side to it. If I can talk about my mental health and I can talk about how I show up every day, hopefully it provides that one piece for someone else to have the confidence to talk about theirs, to have the vulnerability to talk about theirs.
Absolutely.
And at the end of the day, I believe that's going to make us all better human beings.
Oh, true.
Like, just absolutely.
Yeah.
But so many people lack confidence.
Yeah.
And we see it every day.
Yes.
We see it with some of our closest friends. Why is that? Like first, why do you think so many people lack confidence? And specifically in your life, when you see that person where you know they're just, either they can't get out of their own way or they need that pick me up, what do you tell them?
Oh, good question. Um, I think if I had to, relate it to, well, I coached softball, like I said, for 8 years. And if I saw a player that was really lacking that confidence or really lacking in some sort of way, I think I would just, and it's not a sit down conversation, but if it's a girl that, is striking out or whatever, and if she hits a single, I'm like, look at that, you did it. It may be only a single, but you did it. I think I have them try to see it from their own eyes, where I'll say, hey, like you strike out, whatever, but I'll say, hey, look at that. You just did a home run or a single, whatever they did. So maybe I try to pull it to their attention, and say, hey, you can do it, or educating them a lot too. Like, hey, I know that you're down and getting up to base or whatever, getting up to bat. You got to think about, I'm going to hit the ball. I'm going to hit the ball. Not that you struck out 10 times. It's, I'm going to hit the ball. So maybe educating them a little bit.
Now, within your career, though, right? Specifically real estate.
Oh, yeah. Real estate.
You have a significant, that industry has got to have a unbelievable attrition rate.
Yeah.
The number of people that are still around even 2 years later.
Absolutely.
Right.
Yeah.
Your mentorship, like your willingness to help others. Yeah. What do you tell real estate agents that are struggling? Like, what do you tell the ones that they're lacking confidence, they haven't quite seen the results that they thought they were going to get? No, for real. Like, what do you tell them?
Yeah, buck up. No, I guess if I had a real estate agent that, and if they come up to my office and and ask questions and, hey, how do you do this, or what do we do this, and we're providing a service and a value to our clients, and you're not going to get anywhere if you're, if you're not confident in your ability to do that. I mean, there's 16,000 agents in Minnesota. So, exuding, your confidence and your value and stuff like that to a client is number one. They don't want to work with someone that's not confident or anything. So I guess educating themselves, really educating them. And if you're asking me a question on why this or why that, figure it out, find out, if your client asks you in the heat of the moment, you can't come back to me and ask me. It's acknowledge the question. If you don't know it, let them know. Hey, you know what? I don't know that, but let me find out for you.
That. I love how you said that.
Yeah.
Because if you didn't make a comment about that, I wanted to throw that in there.
Yeah.
That one of my mentors taught me early on that even if you're lacking confidence and you get into that situation, you've rehearsed, you've tried, you've practiced, you've done all those stuff. Yeah. And in real time, you don't know the confidence that it takes to say, you know what? That's a great question.
Yeah.
I don't know, but I'll find out.
Yeah, absolutely.
That it's acknowledging that you don't know something, correct, but it's the confidence to say, I don't know. Yeah. Other than, I'm not sure. I think your client or the person you're talking to hears that and goes, wow. Yeah. They were so bold and confident with how they said they didn't know.
Absolutely.
It builds trust.
Yeah, right. Absolutely. And I don't know everything. And in real estate, I learn something every single transaction, no matter if it's good, bad, or ugly. I mean, I am constantly learning, constantly evolving, but then take that knowledge to the next transaction and use that. But yeah, every time, there's a question I don't know. If it's anything, you can't just him and haw about it or anything like that. You got to say, that's a great question.
I'll find out.
Figure it out.
It's the confidence in the situations where you don't know. I believe has more value to your guest or to the other person than the person that can sound almost arrogant or overbearing.
Or make up something.
Something. Oh my God, that's the worst.
Yeah. You cannot make up anything in real estate.
Sound in anywhere sound confident about a lie.
Yeah.
Oh my gosh.
Oh God. No. Isn't that like a thing, like a confident liars? I don't know.
Well, there's a saying, horrible. Something to the effect of, if you tell a lie enough times, it becomes the truth.
Yeah.
Right?
Yeah.
Just ick.
Yeah, it is. It's an ick. It's an ick for me. Lying is an ick for me.
So even the more we talk about confidence, the energy that we have and just this enthusiasm.
Yeah.
Do you think people can live happily and not be confident?
Ooh, that's a great question.
I mean, I ponder on that often because I think, okay, there's a lot of people out there that I've met, and I don't want to stereotype anybody, right? But I'll just say 8 to 5ers, routine schedule, repetition over and over and over again, like the life seems to be very cookie cutter, right?
Yeah.
They might be completely confident in what it is that they're doing. And I'm perceiving it as, wow, that doesn't quite do it for me. That's cool. It's what makes them uniquely them.
Yes.
But I'm talking about even the people that are toxic, the ones that like spin everything, that, they talk down about people, or they project negativity. Do you think, is there confidence in how they do that? Or do you think they're just, they lack personal self-confidence and they're not happy? I don't know. To me, this is a conundrum. So I'm curious what your perspective is.
I completely feel where you're going there, but I do feel confidence brings happiness. 100% hands down, wholeheartedly, that that my happiness coincides very, very closely to confidence. And yeah, you're right. Can you live happy without? Gosh, I would say no. I mean, I could say you are happy in some situations, but I don't think that you're going to be like wholeheartedly happy if you're not confident. Because to me, someone who's not confident maybe is a little down, or a little, beats themselves up or something like that. And that's not good.
No.
You can't be happy like that.
No, when you really get into it and you think about that, it's, are they may portray themselves as being happy.
Yeah.
Right? Which convinces them that I'm confident in who I am, but I'm portraying something that I'm not.
Yeah.
So are they being authentically themselves?
Yeah.
I don't think so.
I don't think so either.
I think they show up in a certain way. And I don't want to say they to generalize, just everybody has a component of their life, personally, professionally, that isn't where we want it to be.
Yep.
And we can't quite figure that out. Kind of the premise for this podcast, right?
Yeah.
But at the same time, once they really start to look internally and they start to become more authentically engaged with themselves, they realize this is a false confidence.
Yeah.
This is something that I'm portraying because I'm not secure in whatever it is, the goals I'm not achieving, my inadequacies, how I'm showing up.
Yeah.
So, and to your point, I don't believe you can live.
Yeah.
I think that's false happy.
Yeah. Same. Yep. I believe that wholeheartedly. And I have, in doing real estate, obviously I meet a lot of people, and I think I have really, really high EQ. So I have really high, able to acknowledge the minute I meet somebody, within about 10 seconds, I can really relate and see where they're coming from, if they're tight, if they're loose, whatever. So yeah, throughout the touring of houses and talking, it's not 100% about the house. In my first couple interactions, it's really about the people and seeing if we're going to be really engaged. But yeah, you can see people that exude confidence, don't have confidence, that come in and, that are just kind of off-put, or people that are just absolutely happy and, walk in and are so excited. So yeah, I think everybody, if they're not happy and it's fake happiness, yeah, it shows. And you can't, I don't think you can hide that. I don't think you can really hide, things in your life that are really just.
You probably can for a short period of time. I mean, unless you silo yourself away from, if you work in an isolated environment, if you have a very small group of friends, you can probably prolong that for a while. But I think the more you put yourself around other people, it's going to be really hard to hold that image up.
Yeah.
Right. And so for me, I get feedback all the time. Especially when you do public speaking, you sound so confident and all the things. Like, people don't realize, here, I did my State of the City on Wednesday, or no, I did on Thursday. I was terrified before it started. And I ran track for 4 years. I was shaking in the blocks all the way up until the end of my senior season. Every time before I walk onto a stage, there is a certain level of like anxiety that I am nervous and chalk-mouthed, but I'm confident.
Yes,
I'm a very confident person.
Yes.
I have practiced, I have rehearsed, I have scripted, I've done all the things, but I still get up there and I'm like, oh my God, don't fail.
Your other emotions, like, step aside, we got this.
Right? So I just think about so many people out there that I believe they're right on that edge. I really believe that they have a good idea of where they're at. They're starting to embrace who they authentically are.
Yeah.
And whether it's affirmation through words, accolades and awards, something. There's something that they need that just, it gives them like proof of concept.
Sure.
That when I, as a person who comes out of not being confident, to all of a sudden start doing things where I feel like, hey, I can get that thing done. I need some type of validation.
Yeah.
Right.
Yeah, true.
So how do we give that to people? How do we as society, we as people, how do we do that better? How do we show up? Because I always try to lead with like my power phrases, and I mean them through and through. I appreciate you and I believe in you. I think that has so much weight. Is it that simple, or is there more that we can be doing for people?
I yes and yes.
Okay.
Yes, I think it's that simple, and yes, I think we can do more. I guess I would say I'm not trying to teach confidence, so you can't really teach it. I guess you can give some guidance and some direction, but I'm actually in my own personal life and professional life, I'm trying to do more of the feel goods, and the, hey, those are cute pants. Hey, good job. Like, I mean, just the random, like the good, feel good things, to make people be like, well, thanks. I mean, I was just in Vegas for our R4 conference, and it was there was thousands, 6,000 people. And there were a couple gals that were just dressed to the nines in solid Remax gear. It was so cool and so, so neat and so unique. And I was like, you girls look amazing. And I had no clue who they were. And they were like, thank you. I mean, you could just feel it coming from them. But yeah, so it's just incredible to feel that. So yeah, I'm trying to do more of that. Just like you said, the affirmations and the, hey, you look good. Hey, you feel good. Oh, that was great. And with my own personal friends and close family, acknowledging that, I think acknowledging that more, because you don't every day get to compliment somebody, or, maybe you do, but I'm trying to focus on doing that. And instead of exuding confidence, I want to show that, hey, you can be confident too and feel that. Like, people should feel that. It feels good.
Is it not one of the most rewarding things when there's somebody that we've seen not have confidence, and in whatever way we have been a part of putting into them, and then to watch them like evolve and blossom, and all of a sudden you go, whoa, look at that swagger.
Yes.
Like they got it. And it just builds and builds and builds.
Absolutely. Like you said, the ripple effect is amazing. It makes you feel good to see that and be a part of that and say, like, all right.
it's continuing to push positivity out into the world. Yeah. Right.
Hands down.
It's inspiring others to aspire to change the world. It's the little things.
Yeah.
I think when you show up authentic, when you open a door, not because they opened it before you and you feel obligated to do the thing, but when you do it with a subconscious thought that I don't even need to think about this. I'm just doing it because it's the nice thing to do. Yeah. When you stop to help somebody out, it's not to show pity.
Correct.
It's to genuinely help them.
Yeah.
The more you do that, you cannot not be happy.
I know.
You can't. I've never seen a miserable person walk around and help other people. Yeah. I just haven't.
Yeah, true.
They might exist, but I haven't seen it.
Yeah.
So all the way back to our first question is, can you live unhappy? Can you live happily without confidence? Yeah. And I think the more we talk about that, it kind of affirms that it's only false confidence.
Yeah,
it's not real.
Yeah.
It's not, it's what they've believed to be true. And so, yeah, that's all good. I love that. Yeah. It's just, we need more confident people to show up and help others.
True.
Because it'll continue to just create a larger ripple, and the confidence that when someone has it, the things that it empowers them to do, right?
Yeah.
The change that they can make, the output at work, the quality of relationships with their family.
Oh, hands down.
It all comes from confidence, right?
Yeah. And I think, when you talk about, like a building that, or, and I think I said evolution of that again, but I feel like over the years, I've gained so much more. And then it's like, once I start gaining it, then it's just like I'm a steamroller. I'm just going. Like, it's so incredible. Like, I felt it, you feel it, but now I almost like now I live it.
You live it.
Yeah, I really do.
And there is a huge difference.
Yeah, it is.
It's almost...
Yeah, I look back and I'm just like, it was cool. Like I could stand up in front of 10, 12, 18 people, board members, and talk and do this. But I remember being nervous, shaky voice, and not being, 100%, stand up and just do it. But now I'm just like, I meet strangers every single day. I could stand up in front of 100 people and talk about whatever. Like, I just feel like I've almost like really taught myself to use that confidence, to my best ability. And if I lack on something, I lack on stuff. Then I'm like, okay, wait a minute. I got to be a little more confident because I may not, I may not be the most athletic or whatever, but it's like, I'm going to be confident when I do it, when I do what I do.
It's like if you started at 0% confidence, right? Yeah. And you looked at 0 to 95%, you'd think, wow, I have all this personal growth, right?
Yeah.
But that's internal. And at least from my seat, when you get to 95, that 95 to 100, that last 5% is tenfold the impact of externally than what you were able to impact yourself internally. Yeah. So it's like we make this long journey of confidence. We get to this point and it's almost the end. Like we can almost touch the finish line and we feel amazing and we're productive and we're successful. That next part of growth, that additional confidence you just hit on. It's when we can show up and put into other people, it is compounded in ways that we'll never know.
Oh, truth.
But it is so much more externally than it is for ourselves internally.
Yeah, absolutely.
It's just, that's the part that blows my mind with it.
I know. It's incredible.
It's like, and that's the thing I want people to see, right? I want people to realize that here, your personal confidence is one thing. But once you get to this growth phase and you really get through it and you embrace it and you start to live with it, when you start impacting others, that's the
win.
Oh my God. Like that's the chills up and down, right? Like,
that's the win. Yeah.
That's how you change the world.
Absolutely. Yeah. When you can see that and experience that and feel that, that's why I say I'm so lucky and I'm so selfish because I love to feel that. That's my goal, is to feel that goodness, that you can be so confident and exude that to where someone else can kick back and just be like, wow, I can be like that too. And then it's like, yes, I won.
So now, talking about confidence, okay, we could have led the episode off with a bio sheet, right? But when you made the transition from automotive to real estate, there was never a doubt in my mind that you were going to be a force to be reckoned with in the industry.
Thank you.
I just knew it because you're the person. The person does the work, right? Yeah. You're going to learn the things. Yeah. You're going to figure it out.
Absolutely.
All the stuff, right? A small list. Now, this is from a 20-year automotive person who makes a transition to real estate. Yeah. You've been in real estate about 3 years. Okay.
Yep. I started in the middle of COVID. When COVID happened, I got my license sitting at home in my office. And I started basically February of 2021.
So we are barely over 3 years. Yeah. And this is just a short list of what you've already accomplished in 3 years.
Goodness.
2021. You're a top 25 real estate agent with Chris Lindahl Real Estate.
Yep.
You are a Bronze Award winner and a Community Impact Award winner.
Yeah.
2022, you're a top 10 real estate agent with Chris Lindahl's real estate team, a Bronze Award winner, second time, an All-Star Award winner, a second-time Community Impact Award winner, and a Customer Impact Award winner. And then 23 happens. You're a top 15 real estate agent with Chris Lindahl. You're a third-time 2023 Bronze Award winner. And then you made the transition to RE/MAX, and you're a member of the 100 Club. Oh my God. Like, where does the bar go from there? Right?
It goes up.
So that leads me into my final question for you. Fast forward 12 months.
Ooh.
Okay. 12 months from now. So Josh and Tracy are sitting here. It's April of 2025. Give me one personal and professional goal that scares you and makes you uncomfortable.
One personal and professional goal that scares me. Okay, so
Pushes you
yep,
farther than you've been pushed.
yep. So personal goal, I'm gonna have to do running a small marathon, like not a marathon, a 5K or 10K, whatever those Ks are.
There's a big difference there.
There is.
5K is 3.1.
Oh,
right?
I can do that.
10K is like a 6.5 miler.
Okay, that would be it. That's the max.
Okay, because the half marathon is
no.
13 miles.
No. Okay, so the 6.
So 10K. You want to do a 10K?
Yes, there you go. I'm going to do a 10K. I'm very focused on my health and my body, my health and all that. Now that I'm a little bit older, I'm trying to be the best me physically to try to match my best me, all the rest of the things. So, moving forward, with my career and really hitting the goals, I guess, the top goals. I want to be there and I want to be healthy and I want to be in it to win it for a long time. So I've never really concentrated on my health and I've never really thought about it.
So how far could you run today?
Well, I work out every day. So I try to do between 3 to 5 miles every day, run, walk. So I do running intervals, like super fast at 8 miles an hour. And then,
so you do intervals for 3 to 5.
Yep.
But the question was a stretch goal, and you said a 10K.
Yeah.
And then when we talked about a half marathon, you're like, oh, no, not that far.
So the 6 is enough.
So you know what the stretch goal is to do a half marathon.
Oh, God, no.
That's the one that scares you, right? You can.
True.
You know you can.
True,
so, okay, so your goal, I just gave you the goal. You're going to do a half marathon before this time 25.
Oh, shit. Yeah. Sorry. Okay.
All right, we got that one. Give me your professional goal. The one that stretches and scares you.
Okay, I got to get over that first.
I told you it was going to be uncomfortable.
Yeah. You're right.
And now it's on record.
Yeah, shit. Oh, God, now it's recorded. Professional goal. Obviously, yes, the awards are amazing. And with Chris Lindahl, I was able to achieve so much, and I'm forever grateful. And it's amazing, and I loved it, and it's fantastic. My goals now as an individual agent with Remax are shifted a little bit. So instead of my quantity and getting the top 10 and being all the things, that's great and it's amazing. And I have plaques on my wall and I love it. Now I'm going for quality. Now I'm going for quality transactions and quality real estate future for my clients. I'm going to be concentrating more on the first-time home buyers, the young kids that are, hey, I'm living with my parents, but I want to move out, but renting is not an option. And I want to start my future and start my real estate life. So the first-time home buyers, there's so many programs out there for them. There's so much financing and monetary money out there available for them that it's incredible. It's so incredible to think about, wow, if I had that opportunity as an 18, 19, 20-year-old, whoa, I'd be incredible. So the first-time home buyers, I'm really going to concentrate in. And then I have a really cool new adventure I'm going to be in. So I was asked by a lender friend of mine, worker.
Is this the first time you're talking about this publicly? Does anybody know about this yet?
No.
Okay.
Oh God.
Okay.
They don't.
So they don't know yet. Okay.
Oh, yeah,
we're just ripping the Band-Aid off the real stretch room.
Yeah,
right?
it's okay. It's good. I want to. It needs to be.
Awesome.
He asked me to be a part of a program that he knew was going to be near and dear to my heart, and I thought, you know what? Yeah, let's do it. So I had to interview. I literally had to interview for it, but I'm going to be a Homes for Heroes real estate affiliate.
Yes.
Yeah.
Yes.
So if nobody knows, Google it. Homes for Heroes, started and created and based out of Minnesota for veterans and all of the people. So any kind of hero, your firefighters, your medics, your teachers, all of the above, your law enforcement are in a program that can get cash back at closing, thousands of dollars off from your title company to your lenders just for being a hero. And I'm like, oh, good God, that's amazing. When he told me about it, I thought, yes, absolutely yes. How do I do it? When can I do it? Sign me up. How do I do it? Let's go. And when I started looking into it, it was like, it was going to be a 2-month, 3-month, 4-month process. And I'm like, well, how do I speed this up? I can't wait that long. I'm ready now. I have my son, my daughter, they're in the military, my wife, we're not buying anything, but the healthcare, the firefighters, the friends of mine that are volunteer here. And I'm like, I want to do this now. So I did. I fast tracked it. I asked her, I said, what do I got to do? It's training and perfect. Where do I go? How fast can I do it? I want to learn all the things. And yeah, I've already got one referral. It's only been, I think, 2 weeks. So my lender was like, let's go. So yeah, we're going to kick it off next week.
That's a big deal. Congratulations.
It is.
That's
Thank
huge.
you. It's a huge deal to me because to be able to give back and all of the things like when I see in the world, the Burnsville situation, everywhere, the healthcare, the COVID, all of the heroes of today, they don't get the acknowledgement or the recognition or anything. And I get, sure, as a real estate agent, I got lots of awards and recognition, and it feels good, but I want to give back to someone else is going to be tenfold. Like my list is going to be how many heroes I helped.
Okay, so
that's my list.
So let's set that professional goal then.
Ooh.
Let's set the one that scares you.
Yeah.
Okay. The one that scares you and makes you uncomfortable.
So
12 months from now.
So 12 months from now, I want to help so many heroes. So I would say
24? 24?
I was going to say 20.
Okay.
Yeah. Because 20 is a cool number.
Cool. Let's roll with it. 20. So you're going to do a half marathon.
Yeah.
And you're going to help 20 heroes in the next 12 months.
Yes.
I love it. It's on the record. It's official.
Absolutely.
People are going to know it.
I know.
And they're going to ask you about it.
Yeah.
How many heroes, right? They're going to do it. I love it.
I'll have to do a countdown and a social media, my tally sheet.
I love it. I love it.
Yeah.
What else do you want to add today?
Oh gosh. Call me if you're ready to buy or sell. I guess what I want to add is just, obviously, like I said, there's thousands of real estate agents out there. What makes me different? A couple of things that I, always say is here, I'm all in. That's my thing. I'm ingrained with I'm all in. You will be my number one client, and you'll feel it. You'll feel it. When you text me, I will text you. When you call me, I will call you. I mean, I focus my energy on you because this is your trend. This is your experience. We need to do this for you and your family. I create experiences. It's not transactions. It's not buy or sell. It's thank you. No, this is where your son's going to grow up. This is where your daughter's going to practice her basketball in the yard. This is where your husband's going to go out there and do the landscaping and all of the things. I create experiences. So you're not just a number. You're not a transaction. It's a quality experience. It's easy to do business with me. I do all of the work for you. I'll educate you along the way. So there's no surprises. You can't have surprises in real estate. You can't get to the finish line and all of a sudden, oh no, so yeah, I mean, it's just, I'm in it. I'm all in.
How many states are you licensed in?
2 for now.
Okay.
I'm in Minnesota and Wisconsin.
All right.
I love them both. I love Wisconsin. Tons of land owners over there, cabin buyers, cabin sellers want to be over there. Minnesota, I'm as far north as you want to go and down to the border. I'll go anywhere. If it's something that's, way out there, we will make the trek and we'll get you there. It's.
And what's the best way for people to get a hold of you?
Oh, goodness. Just call me, text me. My phone number, 952-270-8410. I'm always on it. Ask my wife. She'll know. She'll tell you, yep, she's always on her phone. And then my email, obviously, tracy.feran@results.net. I have a website, tracyferan.results.net. I have a link tree. All the good stuff is on my website. And then when you go to the local tavern, you'll see my glasses.
You'll see the glasses
on the counter.
Yep, I love it.
Scan those and get your name in there. So
I love it. I'll make sure that we drop all the information in the description for the show.
Perfect.
Tracy, it's been a privilege and an honor.
Yeah, thank you.
I love you so much.
I know.
You're a great human being.
It's been incredible. It's been fun. Yeah, I was going to say, we've known each other for a long time. I actually just came by a picture of us in...
Was this North Dakota trip?
Yeah. Yep. The 4 of us at the, Brian McCulley and Brian Smith. Oh, it was incredible. It's like, that's cool. I love to be able to connect with people, and just make lifelong connections.
Absolutely.
It's cool.
Thank you so much. I appreciate it.
Thank you.
And remember, I believe in you. I believe that you can become the best version of yourself, and I'm here to help. I hope you've enjoyed today's episode and that you found it to be both insightful and informative at the same time. Please go be amazing and help others along the way. Thank you, and God bless. Thank you again for listening. And remember, this podcast will only be made possible with your continued support. Please follow on Spotify, like and follow, subscribe to all my socials. Please share this podcast with your friends. And above all, I appreciate you. This is No Singular Solutions.